Guys, please excuse the whiteboard. Unfortunately, Gary from Bulgarian Media Corporation, that is usually taking care for the graphics side of things, went wine testing to California. Hello guys, today we will be talking after a while again about rocket for RPG-7 rocket launcher. This time we will be talking about Bulgarian tandem warhead. It's basically the same idea as on the original, the first rocket that introduced this feature, which was Soviet PG-7VR. This is Bulgarian design made by factory VMZ. It's basically manufactured to this day, and about a year ago we got huge shipment of those. What it is, it's exactly the same principle of two warheads. The first warhead exploding, getting rid of the ERA brick, the ERA armor, and then the main charge doing the job, piercing the armor. But the Bulgarians approached this design in a little bit different way than the Soviets. So, we're talking about PG-7T. The designation PG-7T you usually find only on the warhead itself. The crates are usually marked PG-7VT, but you can also see PG-7LT and PG-7VLT. All of those terms meaning this type of rocket. Now we will go through some numbers. The weight of the projectile is 3 kilograms, 310 grams. According to the manufacturer, you can place aimed shot at 220 meters as maximum distance, and the total maximum distance is 300 meters. This rocket is able to pierce 550 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor. In the datasheet it says 550 millimeter plus effect behind the armor. So basically it should be able to penetrate that and still kill the crew by the overpressure and by the heat. When this one hits a rat brick, so it basically is used exactly in the way that it's designed for, then it's able to pierce 500 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor with ERA bricks placed on top. Visually we can see that this design is much more slick and much more aerodynamic than the Soviet VR. When we look at the diameter of the projectile, of course the rocket is the standard 40 millimeters, the part that is in the launcher. The first front charge is 50 mm, on the VR it's 64 mm. The main charge it's 93 mm, the VR is 105 mm. Why 93? Why that number? It's basically because this part, this projectile, this main cumulative charge, it's taken from PG-7L. The only thing they added to it, it's the small charge in front. Even the ignition system, the fuse, stayed exactly the same like on the PG-7L. When I've seen the first pictures of those rockets being delivered, it was on our General Staff official page. And since I know my people, I know exactly what went down. They were using standard RPG-7 without optics. And of course this rocket fly in trajectory unlike any other rocket, because the VR is much bigger, much heavier, so it's dropping quicker. And the standard L projectile, it's shooting much flatter than this one. I would suggest to the manufacturer to add the conversion data, basically what sight setting to choose and at what distance to aim, on top of the lid of the crate with those rockets, so any troop anywhere around the world can basically read, make the conversion and start hitting immediately with those rockets. Now let's take a look how the PG-7Ts are delivered. It coming in box like so, that is one size bigger in the Soviet system than the classic box for PG-7 rockets. That's for simple reason, unlike the VR version, those are packed assembled warhead to the main motor. We just remove the keepers like so, and then we can get to our 6 rockets. All of them are sealed in this plastic packaging, so you can load them in your backpack like so, bring on position, and they can wait months basically protected from elements. Ripping away the plastic, notice the extra paper stripes protecting the nozzles and the bottom of the rocket. And there is also extra plastic protective cap for the fuse. We can see the marking PG70. Then we take a look at the boosters that are always in the shelf next to the rockets, because the box is one size bigger, that's why they are a little bit sunk in. Usually they are flush and like neatly packed. The boosters are packed free per, let's say, packaging, so there are two such packagings in the box. We unwrap the wax paper and there are 3 motors sealed in the plastic again. So opening up the plastic to get to the plastic tubes. The plastic tubes, they are insulated basically with tape as well. Undo it like so, and here we getting our booster charge, booster motor in extra paper wrapping. So we undo that when we preparing basically for mission and returning the motor to the plastic. To assemble the rocket, we just undo the plug like on any other. Screw on the motor, make it hand tight. It's important to make it tight because they are basically the stabilization fins at under the paper wrapping. And this is the rocket assembled. So what was necessary for us was to do some testing. Unfortunately, waste some rocket in the process of testing. Anyway, we got some results after that. Keep in mind that absolute majority of RPG-7s, if we don't count the completely ancient ones that you will have a really big problem to meet anywhere in the world, any RPG that's manufactured currently or in the last 30 years, it's calibrated, the sights are calibrated for a rocket PG-7M. So when you load basic rocket PG-7M into the launcher, you have target 200 meters away. You set your mechanical sights or optical sights, it doesn't matter. Hopefully your optical sights are zeroed based on one of my previous videos. You just set 200 meters on the sights and you're hitting the target. So PG-7M, target 200 meters, setting the sights for 200 meters, killing the target. Same for 400 meters, let's say. Target 400 meters, sights setting 400 meters, I'm hitting. Now, PG-70, results of our testing. So for PG-70 tandem warhead, where your target is 100 meters away, you set your mechanical sights or you place the reticle in your optic for 300 meters and you will hit the target. The Soviets understood that maximum effective range for those rockets is 200 meters. So basically we focused only on two distances. That's 100 and 200 meters. So when your target with PG-70 rocket loaded is 190 meters away, you set the mechanical or optical sights for 400 meters. And then you will hit the target. We hoped a little bit that it will correspond nicely, that you will then set 400 meters on sights and you will be hitting on 200 meters, but that's not how it works. The rockets were flying a little bit short. Overall, we had great success with this type of rocket. The fuse used, the initiation system, it's so much better than the one on the PG-7VR. It's just much more reliable and we never run into the issue of the rocket breaking in half, as I mentioned in the video about the Soviet analog. This pellet will not be threatening anybody anymore. Yeah. So if you feel the need of using a tandem warhead for your RPG-7, then the PG-70 is by far the best option that you can currently choose on the market. If you wish to support us, you can do so through the PayPal link down below, or you can join my Patreon when I'm putting extra videos. Thank you very much guys for watching and see you in the next video.